webinar on how, I don't even know what my title was called. What was the title called?
I know, it's a big secret.
It's a big secret?
Yeah.
How do you figure?
Something about like get your business started, right?
Oh, yes.
Hey, Cindy, how you doing?
Hi, Robert.
Get your business started, guys. I mean, how about that? You know, when I first started Faster EFT Tactics training, I was like, someone give me some information. You know, I don't care if it's right or wrong. No, just kidding. I just wanted some sort of idea of what it meant and how it looked. And so today a lot of us are starting our service business, our tactics training, and so here are some key points that I have learned on the way to creating my own service business. So what's important for me is that you understand that this is my opinion, and I'm not an attorney, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a tax, certified public accountant. This is how I interpret and what I see. Always try it on. If it fits, great. If it doesn't, it's something that you could question for sure. Try it on, see if it works. If it's something that speaks to you, great. If it's not, that's okay too. And only in that way, when we just go into a space of the possibility of learning something new, can we be open for those possibilities. But if we already have an always way of thinking, saying, judging, then there's going to be a little more resistance. So does everybody understand and agree what my blah, 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 blah is about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no judging. Jeez, that's no fun.
I know, that takes the fun out of the fun. So, okay. So, how to start your business. A lot of us, like, what do we call it? Name your company. Naming your company. Bless you.
Thank you.
You can put yourself on mute so we don't hear you sneezing, coughing, snorting, farting.
That makes it more interesting.
Okay, very good. So, so naming your company, that's a fun one. And naming your company, there's like 3 layers about naming your company. Versus forming your company, right? So when you form a company, it's registered in your city, your state, or wherever your limited liability. And we'll talk a little bit about limited liability. That's what I'm doing. And my limited liability company is being held in Delaware, and I'll give you some company name, like LegalZoom can help you create your limited liability company, and they can be the agency that registers your name in that city. I chose Delaware. It has better tax for small businesses, more friendlier. Montana's another one, Nevada's another one. So this is limited liability, and that helps you, protects you from, because we're out there being service to people, and people have, you can protect yourself from any issues. Now, if you intently go and you're breaking rules and not being honest, the limited liability is only going to protect you so much. If you break the veil of the corporate world, you're going to get in trouble. But this is for just average folk like us. We want to protect our homes, our cars, and then okay. So naming your company is what the public sees. Forming your company name is what is registered. So one of the tricks of the trade for naming your LLC would be like your initials, like RS Holdings, RS Investments. So that would be your name that's registered with the state. And you would be doing business as, In-Depth Faster EFT, or you would be doing your business as Tap All Your Fears Away. Those are the public names. Okay, and then so sometimes we get stuck with like, oh my God, what am I going to call my company? So we get really stuck on that. It should be easy, guys. I use my kids' middle names, and I called it Kelsey James Holdings. Done. Because that's not going to be the name that the public sees. Any questions so far?
No.
I have a question. So if I'm going to register my company with the state of Colorado, then I can do like RS Holdings. Okay. And then when I make my business cards, I can just use whatever I want, right?
Yes, whatever your business name that the public uses. And I'm going to go into naming your company. What's important about naming our company that our public sees is that we should have what it is, a description. Let's not have our clients trying to figure out, well, what does that company do? I have no idea. So if it's emotional, I wrote some fun ones. Reduce stress. That's your company name. Direct mindfulness. Change your mindset. So those could be taglines and things that you want in your business name that goes out to the public. And then you have your domain name. Because 3 things we need, right? We need a name, right? Name of our company, forming our name, and the name of our domain. Okay, and then when we have our legal status and we're registered, we have our LLC. Okay, and that's that. The fun part about domain names is sometimes we get stuck with that. Like we think that is forever and ever going to be our business name, but it could be different. It could evolve. It could grow. So, you can have the foundation, something that says Faster EFT. What is Nicola's? Faster Changes or something like that? Have you seen Nicola's, Robert?
Yeah, but I don't have it in front of me right now, so I don't know.
Okay, so like Faster Changes, or Utaptics, Skills to Change. Those are all business names that people can see that, they do something, Skills to Change, or something that has to do Faster EFT, or something that has to do with tapintoyoursuccess.com. It's giving people information on the domain name. But you could always change it, so don't feel like you're getting stuck. You can have 5 domain names, and one could be a principle about tapping. One could be a principle about a mindset.
Okay, kind of weak on that. So 3, naming your company or forming your company is what you register with the state, right? Okay, and then your company name is just what I put on my business card. And then the domain name, what's that?
Your domain name is going to be what you register in the World Wide Web.
Okay, so you have that website.
You want to have those would be the three principles that we would want to have. The basics. The legal status just helps us feel professional. It's a mindset. A website helps us feel like, we're communicating with the people out there who need our services. And the name is another way of creating our legal status, creating our business name, and creating our domain name.
Can you change your the name?
You can change your LLC name. You can close your LLC name, but your LLC name could be the foundation of other business DBAs doing business as, you can do military boot camp services or mindset military boot camp services. That could be a new domain name or doing business as.
Okay, so my company name is Mental Health and Peace. I can do Mental Health and Peace doing business as something else.
Right, except from our previous conversation, we probably want to stay out of the mental world.
Right. Yeah, that's why I want to change it.
Yeah.
But I'm registered with the state with that name.
Yeah, so close it or change the name.
So I can go to the state and change the name?
You could probably do it online.
Right. Okay, now I have to find a cool name.
For registering your LLC, keep it broad, because if it's RS Holdings or RS Investments, then you can have DBA as a tapping thing or DBA as a service, professional services. So you can filter that in there because you're an investor. You're investing in people, investing in your business, sources of income.
So you can do tapping or coaching or I don't know, whatever else. Okay.
Yeah. Mentoring, coaching, professional services.
Yep.
Classes, courses, books, illustrations. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we can do. So let's see here. Yes. So when you pick your LLC, it could be about 3 to 4 letters, words. Okay, keep it broad. When you get to your name, business name, keep your business name shorter. And when you come to your domain name, keep it 1 or 2 words that really that say what you really are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I wanted you to talk about the insurance, professional service insurance.
Oh yeah, where is that? I went to handsontrade.com, and it's all done on the internet. You don't even talk to anybody. So it's handsontrade.com, and then I registered as an energy worker. And then, so you get $3 million liability and $3 million professional coverage, and it's $145 a year. And if I can get it, I just had it here. So, yeah. So here it is. Can you see that?
Yes, very good. Hands-on training or hands-on?
Hands-on trade.
Trade.
That's whatever. Yeah, hands-on
Yeah,
trade. Okay.
Hands-on Trade Association. So it's handsontrade.com. And just fill in your information. You scan through it and you look for energy work or something like that. And then, and so for GL, general liability, it's 2 million. Each occurrence, 3 million annual aggregate. And then if you happen to rent a space somewhere, you're covered for $100,000, and then for professional liability, it's $2 million per claim.
Perfect.
Okay, so, and then, so that's what it is. So you have insurance.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. The other part that I wanted to talk about was finding your niche, your niche.
Mhm.
Niche. And I think finding your niche, you want to really explore, like, what you have been doing for the last 20 years. What have you been playing? What do you talk about on Saturday night with your girlfriends or friend boys, or you know, what's the topics that you mostly like to share? What are you mostly posting, you know, on social media about? And then with finding your niche, you can incorporate your niche in your domain name or your business name. Okay, so you know, I know Sanders here, and he talks about military stuff and Army stuff and that kind of stuff. So, and stress. So I feel like he can do something with boot camp stress, reduce your stress, you know, whatever it is, something to do with that. Cindy, I'm not sure what your niche is and what you're mostly, I mean, you could be in the medical world, you could be in the nursing world, and you could be, I mean, I don't know some of the nursing terminology, but you can pick one popular terminology that has nothing to do with medical stuff, but that can have, you know, a word, a noun that could coincide with tapping or mindset, or tell me what you kind of go for.
Well, it's funny because I bought my URL and set up my business 5 years ago before I had one.
Nice.
So I've been planning for it. I bought the domains tappingheals.com, and my tagline was calming your inner storm. Calming your inner storm one thought at a time. So I bought tappingheals.com and calmingyourinnerstorm.com. And yeah, I've been in the medical community and there's workplace stress. So I think it kind of is a generalized tagline that fits just about anything. So it's not really a niche, I guess, but that's what I've been going under for the last 5 years.
Yeah, and I think it is a niche just because you're going to come from a perspective of what nurses go through, doctors,
Yep.
what people come into those offices and what they're already feeling.
Yep.
So you have a special understanding of what that stress level would be, and what the common tagline those people normally say, or their number one stressors. And I'm not sure what they are, but those are some of the ones that you can. And it's also important to create 3 taglines for your business.
Okay.
It's you know, if yours is Sanders, if yours is like you know, 10 steps to reduce stress. You know, with that, you want to have 3 taglines, like, you know, see changes quick, or tap into a peaceful state, or something that you can use your same circle, your same niche, your same business name, and have 3 taglines, because then you're always cycling those in different marketing or promotions or postings.
Yeah.
So I like that.
So change your thoughts, change your mind, or change something like that, or change your mind, change your life.
Yeah. Reduce your stress, or you're the stress guy, so you can use words that describe what stress is and use those. So what you're doing is, when you have your niche, you're branding your business from that circle. So once you start branding, you're branding them with a boot camp or, you know, the military 101 on how to reduce or how to create a mindset that blows, you know, your competition. So that's going to be, your branding is going to start growing. And that's, and with our branding is, what are we benefiting? What are our clients going to get out of this? What are our clients, what are we going to offer? What's the value that your company is going to offer the client? Reduce stress, create a peaceful environment, learn how to, you know, learn five steps on how to create or get what you want. And you want to use numbers alongside your benefit that you're giving them. Numbers and benefits, 5 steps, 3 steps, you know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, how to get a mindset in that area. Let's see. And I think in a lot of, and I'll go more into marketing later, but what's important is what makes, what niche are you thinking about being a part of? And you really want to kind of brainstorm those words, and what is the main benefit you want to provide your clients is another way of creating taglines. Any questions?
Mm-hmm.
So next week, I want to see all the progress. So the other thing is, when you're buying your domain name, there's the core domain names, right? The core.com, .net, .org, .info, .me, you know, we do a lot of business overseas. So, you know, UK, what is it? .co.uk. Those are also ones that you want to capture. You can buy your names at cheapnames.com or obviously GoDaddy. There's a lot of them out there. And the reason why you would want to buy the package or the core is because, Bob, let's say you get, you know, boot camp mindset. You get bootcampmindset.com, but then I go and I get the .org because I want to create a nonprofit organization. And what happens is your website will bring confusion because it would be my.org and then your .com. And then let's say someone was a little sneaky and they're like, well, I'm going to take the .info on bootcamp mindset. And so if you buy them all, you hold that, because that's kind of what happens, right? When people start taking other people's names and say, oh, well, .org is open or .me is open. And maybe they create a better website, better branding, better services. And, you know, your .com wasn't worth anything because it went to .org or .info or .biz or what have you. So that's another thing that you want to look at is buying the package.
Mm-hmm.
And also when you buy the packages, they're able to host email for you. So now you have one step above and you look professional. You're not using your Gmail anymore. You're using, you know, Robert at bootcampmindset.com. So now you just upgraded to looking better, looking professional.
Okay, I like that.
You like it?
Yeah.
Have I brainwashed you?
Yes.
Let's see here. So I was, you know, there's for for our work, there's not really a business model that has been really developed and developed. So there's a huge possibility for creating business models. And when I say a business model, it's, you know, we're mostly one-on-one, right? That's our business model. You pay me $397, I give you a 2-hour session, and we're done. So it's important to know what your business model is, and it's also important to create a new business model that fits your business mindset and your what you like to give as value. And that could be a weekly thing that you create. It could be a monthly membership that you give your clients after like the first session, because it's important for us to give value, because if we give value, then they stay with us. So a monthly membership is all a possibility. A course, you know, is also a possibility. A course in your field, a course in your mindset, like what you know and how to integrate that. Because this coming year, it's all about biohacking our ways of being. So before it used to be one linear, like, okay, all we do is talk about health, or all we do is talk about, military. And so now we can integrate a mindset where it's, you know, online. It's not one-on-one. It's about a mindset. It has something to do with health benefits. And you're creating a program and a structure that interbinds to give more value. So that's going to be really big. And there's a possibility of automation. There's a possibility of creating a course that fits your personality. Okay. Oh, I'm back with the domain names. When you buy your domain name, there's this privacy upgrade that you can add an extra $10 for that, and it's good for a year. And I did it with one domain name. I didn't do it with another. And you will get bombarded by lots of people calling your phone every day for like 3 weeks, and then every other day for like 3 months. And so they're calling you, hey, you know, we saw that you registered your domain name. Do you need a website? Do you need this? Do you need that service? Da, da, da. So like the Who's Who website, you can eliminate spams and calls if you pay for the private, like keeping your domain private. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was a experience that I learned all by myself.
Okay. You know, I have a domain with GoDaddy. So I got it all set up, but I didn't do anything with it. It's sat. Okay. And I'll go back in there because I want to look at it and maybe make some changes. I can't do anything with it. Maybe it's frozen or something. I don't know. But anyway, I guess I'll have to talk to him on the phone. And I also want to change the name of that domain as well, because everything is the same name. So all my business cards, my registration, the insurance, and my domain. Well,
I mean, you might want it, since you're already registered as an LLC with that, maybe you keep that because it's already registered, but maybe you start doing DBAs.
Well, I want to get rid of the mental.
Yes.
So I'm going to go, I'll have to go to the state site and see if I can change the name. See if they'll let me change it. I don't know if they will or not.
Well, you have to buy a domain name, so you get to choose. Because you could buy a domain name and just have everything transferred over there, or just shut that one down, create a whole new one with, and And that's another one of my webinars that I like to do is, going through the websites, because there's a lot of different services that are really easy to create your own website. So that might be something where you can do it on your own. All you need is the content for that. Okay. The other thing is, it's really important as a business owner that you act like a business owner, and that you create a division between your personal finances and your business finances, and that you don't commingle your credit card, debit card that you use for business, and now you're using it for your ski trip because it's got points. So you really need to keep that separate, and I am the guilty party of that. But if we were to get audited by the IRS, that would be a major no-no. The other thing is, keep all your receipts, even though your ledger, your bookkeeping, your QuickBooks, whatever it is that you're using, tells you what category that is for. Keeping your receipts and staying organized, that will be great for your, and you always want to treat your business like you're going to be audited by the IRS once a year, because if you do it that way, you stay on track.
Hey, I've got something you can use. Accountinator. You go to accountinator.com. It's a professor at some university put this together. It's a giant spreadsheet, and it's all coded together. And then you can, it has the dates, how much cash came in, how much cash went out, and then expenses. Okay, and it tracks everything. And all you have to do is, like yesterday you had an expense, you just put in the date, what it was, the cost, okay, the cost out, negative, because you have a starting balance, okay, so the cost out, and then you have to go across to whatever the expense is. Maybe it's an automobile expense, and you put that number there, and then it balances zero, and it tells you you're good. And then every time you spend something or get money in, you put it on there, and it balances everything out. It's really cool. So I have accountinator.com. Let me see if I can get out of this full screen here.
Is that a monthly fee, or is it a one-time?
No, I just got it. It's hold on. Can you still see me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't,
I can't
don't be
see
picking
you.
your nose. We'll see it.
Oh, okay.
Just let you know, we got 6 minutes.
Okay, I'm oh yeah, here it is. And I don't know if I can bring this in. How do I bring this in for you to see?
Share. Green button. I don't know if you have authorization, but that's what it would be.
Oh, share on this? Okay, share. All right, and then share what?
Whatever you pick.
Can you see my screen?
I can see you.
Okay. Well, if you can't see my screen, then
there that is. Well, thank you for that, because that still helps. We'll just look that up. And,
yeah.
In the beginning, it is important to keep track of it. If you use a spreadsheet, if you use QuickBooks, if you use a bookkeeper, in the beginning, as our business is growing, we can do this on our own, but as it gets bigger, you go into the second level of being the business owner, then you can invest in having an accountant or a bookkeeper that keeps things in order. And then the next step of that would be actually hiring an assistant. And that would be a fun, but that's when your income is at least, 24 to 50,000. a year where you can get an assistant, because the assistant could do the things you don't want to do, and you can focus on your work. And then I do want to talk about creating other avenues of, very good, I see it, yep.
Yeah. And then it's got, I don't know if you can see all that, because I can't see. It's got all of the different categories.
Oh, yeah.
Training, certificate, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, and it's just a giant spreadsheet. You have to manipulate the spreadsheet because it's like 4 times bigger than this.
Mhm.
And so there's a lot of columns that are hidden in order for me just to, this is the only thing I need it for. Okay, so it's got insurance and advertising, lodging, deductible meals, training, certification courses, travel, and then everything is listed by date.
Yep.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's,
thank you, Robert.
yeah, so it's called Accountinator.
I found it online.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, some guy built it and he just gave it away and you can use it.
Okay,
Perfect.
great.
So
All
since
right,
I do
guys.
that, I've got that and all my receipts. I can just hand that to the tax person and they can,
Figure it out.
well, yeah, it's all done. It's all balanced out.
Yeah, and then the next course, probably in February, we'll talk about taxes, how to do your taxes, how to filter your taxes. Do you worry about Schedule Cs? Do you worry about Schedule Ks? Is it going to filter through your personal 1040? Or do you create a whole different business tax return? So we will go into the basics of that. Of course, you will need to see your CPA, or you need to see an attorney if there's anything that is bigger and outside the scope of mine and your understanding. And the other thing I do want to have you guys do is like, if your business was $50,000 in income coming in, so you're starting an annual of 50,000 K. Like, what has to happen? If you broke down $50,000 into 12 months, and then you broke that down into however many hours in the week that you plan to work, what is it that you need to create for your schedule? Get an idea of how big you want to grow your company and your business. And I also want you to know that if there's a fear, if there's like 50,000, why so little? I'm just kidding. I want you to do a art of change on that. And that's what's great about our type of business, is that we can step into the impossible, backtrack it, reverse engineering, figure it out. What is stopping us? What's our fear? Why aren't we making that phone call? Why aren't we setting our website? Why? And we can use our tapping buddies to, and I know I've used it with other friends in this world, is that we have gone there. Like, why haven't you built your website? Why haven't you done this? And the biggest thing that I want to say is, I'm excited about getting an assistant. And so I'm thinking, okay, what do I have to do to get an assistant? So I'm reverse engineering that. So I have to make a certain dollar amount so I can pay her or him good money. And I'm gonna make a list of all the things I don't want to do that I'm gonna have them do. And they're gonna be willing to do it because it's their job and they want that job. I don't want that job. So make a list of the little things you don't want to do that you're gonna have your assistant do, and that's, maybe setting up courses. Maybe she's going to do the editing. Maybe they're going to set up the appointments. Maybe they're going to do some of your social media marketing. They're going to post some stuff on Facebook, and we'll talk more about how to do that. And I think when we keep the conversation up and open, that allows us to step into that, because that conversation is working forever.